I'm here aboard Love and War with the legend himself, Peter Shipway. Who better to give me a history lesson on this boat than you?
Yes, it's a special boat, Lisa, that's for sure. It was built 51 years ago, won 3 Hobart races, and I was fortunate enough to be involved right from the word go. Did the first Hobart on this boat in 1973, and then was fortunate enough to be on board in 74 and 78 when we won the Tattersall Cup.
Talk us through those races. I mean, back then, what was the Hobart like? Was it a real tough battle to get those wins?
Well, it was, and there's nothing like the sophistication we've got now with the weather modelling and all the routing systems. We had nothing like that. We just used to cut the weather out of the Sydney Morning Herald on the morning of the race and do our best.
Ballyhoo edges past Love and War. Both crews tense, coaxing those last fractions of speed from the weakest of winds.
In 74, we weren't the favourite. Bumblebee 3 had arrived from America, super yacht, had cleaned everything up, and we went very much into that race as a non-favourite. But we had a real ace up our sleeve, and that was the legendary Magnus Halverson. He was the navigator that we acquired for that race, and he was the Bradman of the Sydney Hobart race. He'd 5 wins he had, and line honours wins. No one has won more races than Magnus. And he was a very thoughtful man, didn't say much, but when he spoke, it was one of those persons you listen to. Big man, 6 foot plus and 15 stone. And the message he gave us right here in this cockpit, 50 years ago, almost to the day, he said, don't get jammed on the Tassie coast. That was his message, simple as that, meaning don't close the coast too early. And what happened was that Bumblebee 3 did close the coast too early while we were 50 miles to seaward and rushing along in a 20-knot westerly. And we caught Bumblebee and we won the race. It was a wonderful thrill. And because as a youngster growing up, you look at the race and you think, wow, to do it is one thing, and then to win it, something special.
So incredible. And the boat also won in 2006 with Lindsay May at the helm, who has his own incredible history with the race. And the boat's still in it to win it, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been one of Olin Stevens, who designed the boat along with his firm, Sparkman and Stevens. He's often said that this design, and there was a few sister ships, is one of the best designs he's ever had, and it has stood the test of time. I mean, we won in 74, and then 3 years ago, the boat got 3rd overall. So it's transversed all these rating systems, the IOR, the IMS, and now IRC, and it's still competitive. And I mean, if there's going to be a hard wind with thrash, this boat will be up there because it's got a very good handicap rating. Light winds, it's an Achilles heel, either upwind or downwind, but yeah, it's still very competitive. And after 51 years, it's an amazing tribute to the designers.
And there's a lot of family history here involved as well.
That's right, yeah. Well, Peter, who's sadly passed now, Peter Kurtz, he had the boat built, and then when Simon, his son, was old enough, he went to Hobart, and now Simon's son, Philip, is skippering the boat to Hobart. So 3 generations of skippers. That's special too. Yeah.
Incredible history. Well, thanks for taking me through the lesson, and I think we might head on downstairs and have a look as well.
Lovely, thanks.
So here we are downstairs getting ready for Hobart. So there's a bit going on, but yeah, talk us through it.
Well, this side we've got the little galley, which is a 3-burner metho stove, which is almost the original. That's what we had when he started in 1973. It's a newer version since then. And then over this side, we've got the navigation area. Got some lockers up there for crew lockers, for crew gear. This is the navigatorium. It's not hugely big, but
bigger than some.
Bigger than some. It gets the job done. And then we've got a harness to keep the navigator in. If we're on the...
Oh, wow.
He straps himself in there. And
if you're on the heel.
Yeah, if you're on a port tack, he straps himself and sits in there. And we've got a similar one on this side for the cook, if he's got to fall out. So we've got all bases covered. And there's 6 bunks here. Was it crew of 10? So enough bunks for everyone. And it's the sort of boat in this day and age you don't sleep to windward necessarily, because it doesn't make any difference. So you can sleep to leeward, and it's a very dry boat. Sails come here on the floorboards. They come after the mast. That's a new addition, a table, which is for cruising, but we leave it on for racing. And then up forward, we've got all the sails that are stacked there now, but we pull them all back for racing, so the weight's in the middle of the boat.
Good boat, good comfort. Sounds like a nice ride to Hobart.
It is a nice ride, really. If you're going to windward, it'd be great, but who knows, downwind's a bit hairy.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Shippers. I'm enjoying learning a lot from you. So thanks for taking us through Love and War.
Good. Thanks, Lisa.